What's the NFL story, do you think, going on right now, 2019?
It's the collective bargaining agreement. It's the desire of the NFL owners, Rich, to put this behind them so they can do the broadcast deals and the streaming deals. And they've made some progress from what I understand it, but not nearly enough. I mean, the sticking points obviously are the revenue split, which the owners love.
Players not so much.
The players not so much. Players would like it to get closer to 50-50. That's a stumbling block point now. The other big one is the number of games. The owners want 18 regular season games. Players only want 16. There may be some give there. We may see 17. I'm hearing
17 games?
Which is the oddest number, right? How do you even figure that out?
Well, I mean, you already have 17 weeks, but there still needs to be a bye week.
There needs to be a bye week. So then it would be an 18-game season, presumably, right? And how do you do the split with 9 home games versus 8 away games, right, with 17? But I only heard that last weekend from a single source, so I want to be really careful with it.
Sure.
But there's a lot of – those are the two major points and stumbling blocks, but that's the big story going on right now. Remember, the NFL owners wanted this wrapped up before the season began. That has not happened.
Well, I think part of the reason why is for many reasons, but, the NFL 100 season is very important to a lot of people in 345 Park Avenue.
For sure.
And what better way to celebrate the kickoff of that season than by telling the fans, guess what? Labor peace for a very, very long time. Enjoy NFL 100. So perhaps that might have had something to do with it. But you said something, streaming rights. I mean, how does this all play? Because it's now the 21st century, obviously. And
of course, if there is a collective bargaining agreement, or I should say when there is one, because there is optimism there will be one, then that will – Roger Goodell and the powers that be at 345 Park Avenue will turn their attention to the broadcast rights. And when I say streaming rights, there's all these new players, including DAZN, run by John Skipper, my former boss, that are all going to be in play. That, the more suitors you have at the table, the higher the price tag will be.
Sure.
Just makes sense. And, the NFL's already had relationships with Amazon, with Twitter, testing the waters, Yahoo.
Well, I'm mandated to point out the 3 letters that's behind me at this desk right here in AT&T.
That's right.
So,
Absolutely.
and with Sunday Ticket, et cetera. So how do you see it all playing out? Do you see like a Thursday night or a Sunday night or a Monday night package literally on somebody's app? Is that what you see?
It's possible. There are some owners and executives that I've talked to that think that the NFL should be that ambitious and that pioneering to do something like that.
Right.
At the very least, the threat of it is going to run up the costs for the networks, for NBC, CBS, and ESPN, which of course now has ABC in the mix because ESPN wants a Super Bowl.
They do.
Badly, they do. Yeah, for ABC.
No kidding.
There's been reports about it. Yeah, that's very much something that's on the wish list.
So a Super Bowl wouldn't be on ESPN on ABC? It would
be on ABC.
Well, it would be on ABC.
But ESPN,
probably ESPN and
ESPN Deportes, ESPN2, the Ocho, everything, Rich.
The Ocho.
It'll be on everything.
It'll be on the Ocho. It will be on the dodgeball halftime.
That's right.
On the Ocho. Ocho.
But one quick point, Jerry Jones said recently to CNBC that he feels that there will be a 50% premium in the broadcast deals. In part,
what does that mean for the layperson?
Well, for the layperson, it's $1.9 billion a year that ESPN is paying the NFL. So you do the math; it's $3 billion, roughly, or a little less than that Jerry Jones is expecting ESPN and ABC and the Walt Disney Company to pay. That's a huge premium.
Yeah. Well, if you do the math, then 2 extra games. It's something that somebody who's being asked to pay a 50% premium might be easier to swallow. I don't know if there's you get more games.
But you can certainly see the incentive in Roger Goodell and the owners in wanting more regular season games.
Okay.
Right? If they're going for that much of an increase, then you can see why it's so important to them to try to get 18 regular season games. Although I don't think that's something CBA will ever go for.
So when I'm sitting here saying I don't want more games in the NFL, I'm pissing off my bosses at 345?
You might be a little bit, Rich. I'd be careful with that.
Let me write this down and amend.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.